So on the first video we did in the restoration series, we showed folks the items that were starting to be in disrepair that we were going to include in this restoration. For phase 2, it's going to include one of the more popular segments of that video where you can see that our stone retaining wall is crumbling and falling away. Unfortunately, it looks a lot worse than it did in that previous video. The stones are coming off, things are dangerous. It's time for us to start to get quotes to remove all of the stone back to this hardened concrete section and restore this important area, which is the first thing you see when you come into the gates at DBZ. So some of these items are more than just aesthetic. As the winter frost begins to heave these bluestone stairs, they have become a tripping hazard and some of them are loose. So all of this is going to be included in the masonry repair section of phase 2. Although certain sections of our patio have held up well, and we will leave these, we're not going to replace everything. Certain sections of the patio around the Gencon have really taken their toll from these cold DBZ winters where the water freezes and bursts the stones. Sections like this are going to have to be completely removed, new stones put down, so that not only is it welcoming and beautiful, but it's safe. One of my favorite features that was designed into our building originally by Davis Hammerstrom, our architect, was this set of floating stairs that goes up to the residence hall. Now, although we've kind of repaired it over the years with some of these white oak planks, it's really time to replace all of the wood, the hardware, including this set of railings that go up so that we can leave features like this for the next generation. During our phase 2 videos, we discussed some of the weather stripping and some of the ideas to trap some of the heat and cooling in the building. But some of these original oak doors are really past their useful life expectancy. We've been trying to crib them together and keep some of the water infiltration out on these doors. But this isn't as simple as going to Home Depot. Originally, these doors were built specifically for our building, and for phase 2, we would really like to replace some of these oak doors. So in a building of our size, interior painting is one of those things that you're just doing nonstop. But for phase 2, we would like to work with some painting contractors with larger crews to be able to help the Zomu and maintenance folks to be able to keep up with touch-up paint. Some of these more rough sections we'll be able to bring in and really restore all at once with some good interior painters. So the high humidity levels at DBZ have always been a problem. Some of it has to do with being a split level building where half of the basement is buried and half of it's open. But these high humidity levels can cause problems in areas where you store dry goods and areas where you store food. So we've always had these homeowner style dehumidifiers. We constantly have to replace them and we have to drain them daily during the summer. For phase 2, we would like to install a modern dehumidifier that actually has ductworks. It drains itself and it does a much better job running as an automated system and not one that has to be cared for as much as this patchwork solution that we've been using. So we really appreciate everyone that's been tuning in and watching these videos on our monastery restoration campaign. All of the items that we're doing and planning to do have been based on the donations of our Sangha. So we hope that you'll continue to support this campaign so that we can move even beyond phase 2 and leave this beautiful monastery in better shape than we found it.